South Africa mourns Nelson Mandela because of what he meant to us, not because of what he might have objectively meant to some other people. And that's what they're missing in today's debate, and that's why they're losing. So let's take a look at what actually happened in today's debate. So we're looking at three main issues of contention here. So one, we're talking about governance, two, reconciliation and justice, and thirdly, national freedom. So let's look at this first idea of governance, to which we say that no, this isn't a debate about whether or not he's guilty, but whether or not if we take a utilitarian approach, Kenya is actually benefiting from not going into this process because that's what's in their best interest. So let's take a look at what we told you. So the first thing we told you is that because he's the president of Kenya, he's a symbol that creates national pride. Sam can't just dismiss that argument by saying it's not important, that's not a response, that still stands. Secondly, we say that it's important in decision making. Here they told us we have other systems in place like vice presidents. No, the whole party is, if anyone's guilty, guilty too. You take out everyone, that creates instability, no response. Or you're only taking out one people and then you have the same supposedly guilty people in power, so you're not fixing your problem, so you're still losing. But thirdly, we told you that he's a unifier and a liberator, no response. Moreover, we told you that he's creating good policies because he has good international relations with the African community, not the ICC. Please stop straw manning us throughout this debate. So you didn't actually respond to that because you just didn't listen to it. Moreover, in terms of this argument they brought to us of if he's innocent, this is just better because it proves to the community that he's a free person, they'll trust him more. So one, we say they already trust him, they voted him in freely, and I'll deal with that later. But secondly, we say that in the process, you're just caused further buyout of the ICC. So if that's your problem, what are you doing in today's debate? Moreover, they then had this last strange argument about how people are going to pull out of society. They then accused us of not being in the real world. Ladies and gentlemen, this hasn't happened. They're the ones that aren't in the real world. That's not an issue. But moreover, that wasn't enough to win you cohesion and stability. We win that issue. We win on practicalities. But let's look at some more principles here. So let's look at this idea of reconciliation and justice. So firstly, we say that they had to show us urgency. They had to show us that something had changed since he came into power for the worse. They never did. I told them they had to in their first week, and they still did. They still haven't. So we say that's incredibly problematic in their strategy. But moreover, we say that they told us today that they're going to bring us actual justice. To which we ask, what is that? Secondly, how do you actually get it? You never gave us that analysis. You just said that we're getting actual justice. So that's not a point in today's debate. But moreover, we ask you, why does his past actions automatically influence his current actions? We asked him up here why. Sam didn't answer that part of it. But moreover, we say that we actually get reconciliation. Why? Because it doesn't depend on admitting your crimes. You never showed why it does. But moreover, why is punishment the specific method that we have to use? We told you why we like reconciliation, because it's a symbol of peace and because it creates less violence. No response to that idea. Moreover, we told you that justice is only valuable if that specific group values it. This group doesn't value it. That's why Kenya pulled out. That's incredibly important. There is no justice on their side because it's not what they want. They don't value ICC justice. You don't get justice. So moreover, in terms of this idea that societal groups want to pull out, moreover, we just say in terms of this clash that if they're angry at anyone, it's the actual militia who committed the crime, not specifically the party. But let's take a look at this last clash of national freedom. So here, we told you we need to respect sovereignty, and we told you about the value of it in a response. But moreover, we told you about power to hegemonies and neocolonialism, not in terms of determining whether or not murder was objectively bad, but in terms of manipulating them in other ways. Again, they strawmanned us and didn't listen to me for the third time we've debated against them. That's problematic. But moreover, we say that they told us that international norms are necessarily always true. No. Moreover, we say that it's not about the ICC being specific to one culture, it's about them being specifically inconsistent. We say, why has Bush not then been tried? That's incredibly important. You needed to deal with that. The ICC isn't good enough because they're not consistent. Finally, there's this idea from them in terms of democracy, so which we say, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it was a free vote. Why? Because the violence happened in 2007, he was elected in 2013. Those two don't correlate. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize to the Ravens, but it's our turn now.